Hello everyone, how are you doing? My name is Ibrahim. I'm currently learning data analytics. And yeah, in this video, I want to explore this platform, DataCamp. This is the platform I used in the beginning stages. And it helped me kind of like get my foot in, get my feet wet in the field of data analytics. It's something I really recommend to start with when you're first starting out. So yeah, what is DataCamp? DataCamp is like an all-in-one platform that promises to help beginner data analysts, aspiring data scientists, and data engineers to kind of get familiar with some concepts, industry recognized concepts and tools, and work them through the entire process. So yeah, Data Camp teaches us all these skills: SQL, Power BI, Python, ChatGPT. Yeah, basically, it's all the tools you get to learn in this platform. So, yeah, when I was first starting out, I was looking for something, to kind of like walk me through the entire process. I considered using other platforms like Udemy to buy courses, but I also wanted something that allows me to create projects, real world projects that I can present to employers. So, this is the platform I stumbled upon. And yeah, I don't have no regrets. They are actually really reputable and I love them. So, what is Data Camp? You can learn all these essential skills, and here are some features that it offers. You can, there's the learn feature, you can complete like a bunch of interactive courses. You can practice what you're learning, with short challenges and questions. You can assess your skills and track your progress. For example, if you're preparing for like a certain certification, you can assess how much you know your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you can apply my favorite feature, you can apply what you've learned to solve real world problems. Data camp include like a variety of projects with real world data sets that you can use to practice what you've learned. So for let's talk about the pricing first of all. So in the beginning phases, I was looking for something not too expensive and not too cheap either. Just the middle ground. And the pricing of Data Camp was actually not that bad for me. So there's a free plan if you choose. Here's what it offers. Not so much. This is the plan I went with. $7 a month. You're gonna be billed annually. So here's what you're gonna be billed annually, $75, which is not so bad. Actually, with discount, here's what you're gonna be billed normally, but they give you discount, which is actually pretty great. So yeah, it's not so bad. You're just gonna log into your account. Get rid of. You're gonna provide your credit card details and finish the pricing. So I'm gonna log in to my profile now to show you exactly what this platform offers and if it's worth it. So let's get into it. Oh god. So I'm gonna log into my Google account now. Alright, so here's how the platform looks like. So it includes a bunch of features. So we're gonna get through them here really quick. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. So there's the home tab. It includes the courses you're taking, the progress you're making with the courses you're taking. Project section. This is where you can like access all the projects you've created or the project you're currently working on. It's called Data Lab. This is the interface they use to house all the projects they provide for you. And also, yeah, it includes job section. You can apply for jobs directly within the platform, which is also really great. There's a certification section where you can get certifications that you can share to your LinkedIn and other platforms. So what I want to talk about mostly is here, the learn section. This is what you're going to be spending most of your time on. So the learn section includes tracks, career tracks, skill tracks. So tracks just basically includes like a bunch of courses that you're gonna have to complete before you're gonna be done with the track. So there are a bunch of tracks you can complete. There's an associate data analyst in SQL track. So this is what I'm currently taking. If you prefer this path, data scientist, you can go with it. So I'm gonna click into this track. I'm gonna show you all the courses it includes. So here are some courses: Introduction to SQL, Intermediate SQL, and also another thing I love about this platform is that it includes like a mini project that you can complete, which is actually pretty great. So you can actually practice what you're learning in the courses you've taken with this mini project. So it includes a bunch of courses. I haven't completed mine yet because yeah, it started to get overwhelming, but I'm gonna talk about that later in the con. So yeah, a bunch of courses, really great. So here's the final project you're gonna have to complete. So we're gonna go to the project section also. But first, let's talk about this also courses section. So we've talked about this. So courses is just basically if you don't want to complete a track, which you don't have to complete a track, but if you want to, you can. So the courses is just basically like a one-off place where you can just get courses. Wait, I don't know why this shit is not loading, bro. So for example, if you're looking to like complete like a one-off course, you're curious about like a particular field or section or course, so you can take it here. Like there's a bunch of them: Python, SQL, Power BI. So yeah, that's really great. There are over 501 courses, which is a lot. And yeah, it's pretty great, pretty much for this little platform here. So yeah, there's a practice section where you can practice everything you've learned. It's pretty self-explanatory. So they're gonna offer you like some interactive and mini questions that you can take to kind of like refresh everything you're learning. Sorry, my internet is kind of slow right now. I don't know why. Oh yeah, so that's it. Practice. So you can practice, refresh your skills on all these topics, the courses you've completed. So it's really great for active recall. You know what I'm saying, which is actually really great for like retaining knowledge. The assessment section, I haven't really gone through this yet, but you can take that. For example, if you're preparing for like a certification, you can use the assessment to like test your knowledge over time to see if you still know your stuff. Gosh, my internet is pretty slow right now. I really don't know what's going on, bro. So yeah, here's the assessment section. You can take assessment on all these courses: Python, SQL, to kind of like test your knowledge over time. So let's go to SQL, for example, and see some assessment you can take. It's not as much, so which is one con I'm going to talk about also. So here's one assessment that I've taken: data analytics in SQL, PostgreSQL, data management in SQL. So it's actually really recommended you take this once in a while. So yeah, that's basically it. Tutorials, I think that's basically where they house blog posts, YouTube videos, just some supplemental learning materials. So let's talk about this. Here's my favorite section, the apply section. So, and this is basically where you apply everything you've learned to solve real world, problems. So there are a bunch of projects you can take on here. There's a project for Python, SQL, R, a bunch of them. So here are some I've taken: analyzing students' mental health. And these projects actually present like a really insightful, fascinating problem statement based on real world data sets. So that's one thing I love about this. Not any fake data sets, just like like an industry recognized data set. So let's go through one of the projects I've taken to kind of like walk you through the interface of the project section. So here's what it'll look like. It is powered by Data Lab. So I think you can on this platform you can do a bunch of things. It's like a browser enabled, you know, coding interface. So you can attach images, you can include like a text box, you can include tables, and of course, this is where you're gonna write your code. Here's the code I've written, and here's the result of the code I've written. So if you want to like run your code, here's where you're going to do it. You can highlight it. You can highlight your code and run it. So it's going to present this result for you. So there are a bunch of things you can do around here, which is something I really love. There are a bunch of projects you can complete. So and also one thing I love about this is it includes like an AI and like an inbuilt AI feed, like an inbuilt AI feature. So this AI feature, yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade to like perform a bunch of prompts. It kind of like scans your code for errors. So whenever you're stuck, you can just reach out to this AI feature and it's gonna assist you through a bunch of things. So yeah, that's basically it about the learn section. So next, let's go back to home. I want to talk about the cons. So that's basically all you're gonna. I think I've talked about it all. So let's talk about the cons. So yeah, this platform includes a bunch of courses and a bunch of instructors. So that means you're gonna find some instructors you vibe with and some you don't vibe with, and that's what happened for me. So I found some instructors that were actually not that bad. And I found some that, they were, okay. They weren't bad, but they were all right. One thing I didn't like about them is that some might be a little bit, I don't know, how do I put this? A little bit too advanced and they rush through things. They can be, a little bit too hasty. So they walk through some concept briefly. They don't really talk about it in detail. The courses are pretty short, like 3 to 5 minutes, not that long, which means you might not understand everything that is being taught. So I'm gonna go through like a course right now to just kind of like walk you through exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the course. Here's where I am currently working with arrays. So the courses are pretty short. Welcome back. Now you will get a bit more advanced as we begin to explore array data types. So that's like a sample of the course. So another thing I love about this platform is that after each course, yeah, I think I've talked about it. You're gonna complete like a mini project. It's kind of like practice what you've learned currently. So yeah, most of the instructors are great, but most are not so great. So I had to like go through supplemental learning. I had to like supplement it with YouTube videos to kind of like understand exactly what they are talking about. So that is something that you can overlook, but it's just something that's worth mentioning. Another con about this platform is real world, like you sometimes you're gonna have to work on the real tool. Having this browser based coding interface is great and all, but as time goes on, as you're getting more advanced and intermediates, and of course, if you're gonna have to work in the real world job market later on, you're gonna have to know the real platform. So that is not present here. So that's one of the reasons why I abandoned this platform. Yeah, I needed to like work on the real platform, like SQL Server, MySQL, Power BI. So yeah, now I find myself just using DataCamp to, get through an overview of a course and to like get me familiar with a particular concept. But I apply what I've learned to the real tool, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and there's something I haven't talked about particularly. DataCamp also offers like a really interesting feature for beginner data analyst. So most things data analysts struggle with most things data analysts struggle with is that they don't have a place to kind of like house the projects that are creating. That was what I was struggling with in the beginning phases. Yes, there's GitHub, but yeah, when I first logged into GitHub, it was, it was kind of like overwhelming. There's so much. It's like a learning curve. So this is what I used in the beginning phases. You're gonna have your personalized portfolio link that you can post anywhere. So here's what the portfolio looks like. Of course, your name, your title, summary of what you do, That's where you're gonna house the project you're creating. You can edit everything you're creating. You can include more projects. You can delete your project, and also your certifications that you've earned. You can put them on here, and it also includes the courses you've completed, your work experience, education, etc. So that's one thing I love about this platform. So if you just view my portfolio, this is what it'll look like, which doesn't look so bad. It includes, yeah, these sections if you want to quickly navigate to like a particular section. So that's one thing I love about this platform. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's mostly what you're going to find yourself working with here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful, guys. All in all, in summary, DataCamp is great for beginner data analysts. You're just kind of like confused with all the resources out there and you're looking for something to kind of like hold your hand through the entire thing. So DataCamp is great for that. But as time goes on, you're gonna have to like move on from this and work on the real platform. And you can, of course, you're gonna also have to like supplement with other platforms and resource materials like Udemy, YouTube, etc. So it's not a bad platform per se. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about here. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if there's something else you want me to talk about, something else I'm not covering on here. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.